the country, the activists, the civil rights, the struggling parents, the families, the teachers, the students that are realizing that a system built to divide, impoverish, and destroy us cannot stand if we do it. All right? It's kind of basic mathematics.
If you hear me, could you feel me, could you free me? Wonder if I made a difference or made a difference. Bump that, we are the difference. We ain't got no code to decipher. Brother, I would never call you trife. You my brother, though they knife and fork our meals, then cop the silly feels. Yep, it's slimy, kinda grimy, miscalculated the timing. But you can't plagiarize something in disguise and think we have no eyes to see something real as we. This is seriously who we be. See, this here is true indeed, the real deal, thoroughbred, like collard greens and cornbread. Can't recite what's never said, purpose keeps us fed. Real man, this is brand A, hope fed. But still, you are my brother, above you there's no other. Blood or something other, more like what the blood covers. Man, no matter what they say, we good over this way. This is positivity in the making, helping brothers to break through. Without breaking, without breaking, without breaking, without breaking. Oh, what's going on? What's going on, everybody?
What's up?
It's Thursday, so you know what that means.
Brother Empowerment Day.
Now, if you're new to the show, this is not one of them old bashing shows, but this is a show designed to uplift brothers, to help them to break through without breaking, and for their families. So we're hoping that just maybe something that is discussed tonight will, in fact, either help or influence positive change. But if not, maybe you just enjoy the show. So I know y'all guys see that we got guests on, but before we do that, bro, how was your week?
Bro, this week has been amazing. It's been really, really dope. There's been a lot of things I've been working on just personally and just really for myself and what I got going on. But above all of that, my mom was in town well, she's in town now. She has been since Wednesday of last week. So got to see her this weekend. Got to see her today, actually. I was just at dinner with her today before I came here. So, like, my week has been, like, super lit. So, and I've been taking care of some things that have really just been, plaguing me over the past couple months. So, really, man, it's been a pretty dope week, man. It's been all right, man. Like, my mom being in town really makes a lot of stuff better. I really missed her, and I told her that. So, her being here and getting to hang out with her really made stuff really a lot better, man. So, my week has been, like, really dope. Even with all the other stuff going on as far as struggling to work out, it being cold, it's all get out. Like, y'all know I can't stand the cold weather. But like, it's been pretty good overall. How about you?
Man, my week has been amazing as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you didn't even tell the people. Before I get into my week, guys, we went to Cordell's native land. We went to Gibsonville. Gibsonville, and we saw the little Gibsonites,
People, I got land ownership. I haven't verified it, but I know I own something out there.
Them his people. Or the people who own them his people. Either way, them his people. So, but no, it was dope because we started what ended last week, where we did our first of many teacher empowerment retreat up in Rockingham County.
Yeah.
It was a great opportunity for us to see the other side of North Carolina that we don't get to see often. And it was beautiful. And so we had to stop in Gibsonville.
Yeah.
Should I tell them now or later about my Chick-fil-A encounter? I'll tell y'all later. But it was dope up there. We had an amazing time. And then I came back and kicked out 3 websites.
Yeah, that's lit, bro.
3 websites. So guys, if you didn't have a chance, make sure you check out 9 Times Productions, LLC.com. Make sure you check out .org. And then make sure you check out KimPersonTheArtist.com.
Word.
We've been just kicking them out, kicking websites out left and right. But you know what I like more than anything? Helping people's vision come into fruition.
Absolutely.
Nothing is more meaningful than that. And then we got some of the survey responses back. All of the surveys that came back, everyone said they loved it and would recommend it.
Absolute word.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Who we got in viewership land?
Well, who I see so far is I see Big A, Adrian Ragland. What's up, Big A?
Big Adrian Ragland.
Yep, Big A. What's up, fam? Let's see, we got Corey Powers watching. What's up, Corey, man?
Hey, Corey.
We got Rashia is on. Hey, Rashia.
Hey, Rashia.
We got Mike Basketball. What's up, Bass? Let's see. Of course, we got Misha's on. She already done, you know.
Hey, Miss Misha.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, Misha. And then we got my sister is already on. So she on. Lita, she's on here. And everybody else, if y'all watching, please leave us a comment so, you know, we can shout y'all out. We love talking to the people. And
let us know that you on.
Yeah, for real.
Okay. So guys, tell the people who you guys are. You know I'm going to come in if you mess up. I'm going to say something.
So my name is Aaliyah Simon. I am, first of all, a wife, a mom, and for my occupation, I am a forensic interviewer. Has anybody ever heard of a forensic interviewer?
What is she calling? You better go in teacher mode.
Yeah, go into detail. Go ahead.
Okay, so I work for a children's advocacy center, and so I conduct interviews for law enforcement, DSS, and prosecutor's office on children that there's allegations of sexual abuse or physical abuse. Wow. So that's what I do for a living.
That's what's up. Yeah,
that's heavy, baby. That's heavy.
Look, we got Ricky.
We got Devontae. We got Sean.
Is that the Ricky?
That is the Ricky Phillips. Let me see. You got your people on. TJ.
What's going on? Hey. We got Rico. What's up, Rico?
Danny D.
D's in the building.
What's up, Chanel?
Let's see who else. We got Reggie on.
Hey, what's up, Reggie?
Well, they love you guys. Okay, so go on and tell the good. That's Big Sister Tara. That's y'all big sister too. Oh, when I was telling you how I love people from Jersey. Yeah, since freshman year. Okay, I'll tell the good people about you.
Yeah, brother.
Yes, my name is T.Todd Simon. I am for occupation the regional manager for Legacy Home Loans, which is the largest African-American owned mortgage lending company in America. Yes, I am involved with several other things. I'm a teacher, a mentor, I'm co-founder of CTN Movement, which is a grassroots organization that teaches financial empowerment. We give back. We're on the ground, boots on the ground with our community. Co-founder of CTN Sneaker Pawn, which is a sneaker company and apparel company that we have in an urban neighborhood. It's actually in St. Andrews right now. And that's it, man. Just a servant, you know, of the people. And that's really it, man. In a nutshell, father, husband, brother, positive light in the world. I'll say that.
All I'm gonna say is that it smell like a whole bunch of money.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It just smell like money. Y'all, it smell like money.
Yeah.
How you gonna
get it, brother?
No, but the other thing is, you guys been married for how long?
17 years.
17. There we go. 17. Yes, sir.
17 years.
17 years.
Wow. 17 years. So I thank you guys for being an example, because you know they're saying, you know, that people ain't staying married long. Yeah. And guess what? Y'all proving them wrong.
That's right.
That's it.
There's people out here proving them wrong.
I'm about to say, yeah, people keep saying that, but
right. And we got people like that.
My parents been married for like 27 years. I'm like,
and their baby daddy and baby mother is the same. They white people.
Yeah.
Right. You know,
look, you get the love out here too. Hold on, we got a man. That's my frat. He was on the show last week.
What's up?
Yeah. I pulled up some of the music.
Joey.
That's not her, but she's crazy.
Miss Joy was funny the last couple of shows I saw.
Sean, in YouTube land.
Yeah.
See, intro of the year. See, that's how like people I know. Right?
What's up, B. Ricky?
Y'all definitely need to 17 years to say that's beautiful. Ricky actually is the first and the only fermentation specialist that I know.
Word.
So he makes beer and wine, and he know a lot about it. Matter of fact, we got a dope idea for a show that he's going to come up with. But he also partnered with Love is Imparable as our voter education specialist too. So, yep, these are the ones to watch. Look,
hey, what's up today? another Jersey. Jersey.
So we're gonna go ahead. Look, we're gonna go ahead and get it started. A couple of things that people don't really think about sometimes is that researchers have found that 1 in 6 men have experienced sexual abuse or assault, whether childhood or as adults. This one is definitely passionate to me because it says 1 in 6 men. This is just reported. I was molested at the age of 11. Mine wasn't reported. I know several others who were not reported. Brothers, you're not alone. Rape of males. A CDC study has found that in the U.S., 1 in 71 men have been raped or suffered an attempt within their lifetime. Men are 3.5 times more likely to commit suicide than women. 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men have experienced some form of physical violence by an intimate partner. New stat. Teenage boys are 4 times more likely than girls to drop out of school and represent more than 75% of the children referred to special ed in the U.S.
Yeah.
Here go another one. Home ownership is lower for Black college graduates than white high school dropouts.
Yeah.
So these are some numbers we want you to think about. This is why we have that. Before we get into the discussion, do y'all have anything to say about any of the statistics we put up?
Well, of course, I want to go back to that 1 in 6, which is of course, it's not an accurate depiction because there's a lot of people that don't report. The other thing is too the stigma behind reporting. As a forensic interviewer, I've actually had clients, kids that come in, especially in the African American community, where they don't want to really talk because they'll say something like, and it's, you know, I'm just saying what they say. I'm not gay. I'm not gay. That didn't happen to me. That didn't happen to me because someone in their family told them that they were going to be gay if they said that this happened. So that it is a real thing, and it's very sad. It breaks my heart when I do see our children come in there, our boys especially, because most of the time they do not want to talk about it at all. So let's make it normal to talk about it. Let's make it normal to say, okay, no, you're not alone. Let's talk about this thing. There's people out here to help you. So I'm glad you put those statistics up there, but also I'm happy that you're actually saying that, hey, this happened to me and I didn't report it.
Yeah. And some people associate victimization with being less than or being.
Yes.
Being a victim of anything doesn't make you less than. It just means that you experience unfortunate events, but guess what? You're a survivor, you're an overcomer, and no, that doesn't mean that you are a precursor for anything. Being molested doesn't mean you're going to be gay or you're going to molest somebody else. Those things.
Man, that right there is absolutely false. I don't even know where they got that from. You're more likely to never to do anything like that than you are to do it. So where that little notion came from, I have no idea. There's no numbers out there, no research out there for that. I will say this though, is the evidence is the other way. The evidence that you've actually survived that event and that you're actually functioning and walking is evidence itself that you're amazing, period. That you've gone through something, but yet you're still amazing. That's evidence to how awesome you are. You shouldn't feel the opposite, that you're not enough or you're unworthy or something is wrong with you. Hey, something happened to you, but you got through it and you survived it. So that makes you amazing.
You go, girl.
You better drop the weight.
That's right.
Talking about I'm nervous. What you nervous of? That's how you do it. Look, we got Kerwin on. He said, peace and power, family.
Up,
that's Superman. What's up, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, y'all did say that was Superman the last time. He was everywhere. All the protests and all.
Yep, you pick up the road and take it wherever you go.
Yep.
Hey, Dion.
Hey, Dion.
Todd said, I believe with more responsible, active males in the household, these numbers would drop enormously. We agree with you.
Yeah.
Agreed.
She is very true. We have to change the way we think.
Yep. That's definitely where change starts.
Yep, Todd, you had something you wanted to say, bro?
Yeah, man. If we can touch on, of course, I got to say something, right? If we can touch on the home ownership piece, that's the piece I want to speak to.
Okay.
What was the statistic again? If you could pull that up. You said something about college graduates. Yes. You know, really with that piece, I think it starts with exposure, and it starts with from a knowledge place, right? And also a mindset place in thinking that I can do it. You know, most of us come from a background where we don't understand finances. We hadn't been taught about credit. We hadn't, you know, been taught about budgeting and things of that nature. And despite whatever you've grown up with, just know that you can become a homeowner. It's a part of the American dream, right? You know, my team, we have a motto, and I'm gonna shout out my partner, T.Todd, my cousin. We have a motto called Mortgage Ready. And that means that everybody is a homeowner, but not everybody is mortgage ready. It's our job and it's our industry to make sure that you are mortgage ready. So that means if you have credit challenges, that means if you have, you know, whatever it is that you have, let's start from the application, let's figure it out, and let's change and alleviate, and, you know, let's get rid of that gap between, you know, with home ownership. Let's do it. It starts with an application. See us. I got a dynamic team. We hold your hand. We walk through the credit process with you. And I believe that's where the issue is. It's just with our people, we don't talk. When it comes to trying to find out how to become a homeowner, we talk to people that are not homeowners. You know, we talk to people that we talk to your auntie, you know, live in Section 8. How's she gonna tell you about, you know, credit? How's she gonna tell you about that?
Yeah.
If, you know, how somebody can walk you down the road that they've never been. So go talk to the professional. I understand the guy at the bank he's not going to take the time to help you. He's going to say, go away, come see me when you're ready. Okay. There's other people out here that have a passion to help our people. So seek those professionals out, actually take what's going on with a grain of salt and put the work in.
I'm absolutely, bro. I'm with that.
Sean said after Aaliyah talk, he was ready to run through the wall after that one. See? Dion, she works in the banking industry as well, and she said rates are mad low. Y'all holler at me if you want to purchase a home or refinance. For those who are in North Carolina, Dion is in North Carolina. Todd, he's licensed in Georgia and South Carolina.
Right. North Carolina coming, some other places. Dion, I'm gonna get at you.
See, Rashia said she also works in finance. She said we need more education in our community about finances, credit, home ownership. I love it. Home ownership is also viewed as a step to settling down instead of an investment in security, whether married or not.
Oh yeah.
Come on, big sis.
That was good.
That was heavy.
That was great.
Let's go, Tara.
You take that step.
Right. Just let's just keep talking about it. That's how we lift our people up.
Yeah.
That's
I'm about to say, he better come.
What's up, Bruce?
Oh,
That's our fast check correspondent.
I got Bruce Leroy.
That's Bruce Leroy Jenkins. And then Travis said, "This is great."
What's up, Travis?
Travis,
You know,
what's up, Cuzzo?
Hey, cousin.
What's up, Cuz?
Hey, Travis.
Yeah, I just say hey, Travis because hey, what's up?
Okay. Look, we almost didn't even get out of just the statistics. They was about to take it. Didn't I tell y'all there was a power couple? So, guys, I got to tell you, me and Aaliyah became friends our freshman year in college, and we stayed friends throughout. I'm not going to tell her testimony, but to see her here with her husband and the things that she's doing and speaking out, man, y'all need to connect with her and allow her to tell her own story. She may tell a little bit of it, but I guarantee you an hour is not enough. The full metamorphosis of Aaliyah is like really, really dope. And I'm proud to have her because, like I told y'all guys, we start to bring people that matter, but not only that, matter because of what they're doing, but matter to us as individuals. And so we want to definitely bring our community to you guys. But yeah, Aaliyah is a heavy they is a heavy hitter. Together, they create a power that's unmatched. So they definitely are the ones to keep an eye on. So let me see what they say.
I'm not gonna cry.
You better not, because we'll laugh on this show. You hard, girl. You hard. April is on.
What's up, April?
And then Bruce Leroy said, knowledge is part of it, but we also need people who want more for their lives and are willing to go and get it.
Absolutely.
Please make the connect. April is also, she's a licensed counselor as well, who's practicing in the Raleigh-Durham area.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Chanel Masoro, she said, they taught me how to write checks in high school, but not how that falls into the bigger picture. I agree. I'll say this about home ownership too. A lot of us have been conditioned that home ownership only happens one time. And that home ownership is like the end goal, kind of like how they treat marriage. Like, you're going to do everything and then you're going to settle down, like Tara said, you're going to get your nice house and you're going to get married.
Right.
But it took me to realize, like, when we got to purchasing our third home, we was like, oh, so you have multiple properties? That happens? And so it was me and my brother who right above me. My mom, she was the first generation out the projects. They grew up in a project. She got that one home. That was dope. And then my brother that's right above me, he has multiple properties. His wife has multiple properties. And then when we were able to get multiple properties, it was like, so this does happen to Black people? A lot of people don't think that it's even possible.
Yeah.
And we are more intimidated by the process when really the process isn't that bad. A lot of times people say we're not even approved without even getting a pre-approval.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Well, the pre-approval will tell you if you're approved or not, or what your chances are, and it'll tell you what you need to watch in that process.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
They know I'm not making any major purchases, but then once it's approved, and you in the house and you got that key, you got 21 days, you better hurry up. Make a purchase now.
Let's go. Let's go.
You know, I want to say this one thing that I love about my husband and what he does is I sit there and I listen to him and say, I'm like, I could not do what you do. And he always say, I can't do what you do. I'm just like, But one thing I really love about it is if you're not mortgage ready, he actually takes the time to tell you how to get mortgage ready. You know, like what it is, what's on your credit report. Why is this report in this way? What you can do to rectify those problems. So I really like the fact that he takes the time to do that, because a lot of those big banks, they don't. They send you on your way and tell you to go get a credit card or go get a secure credit card or go do this or go do that. And it's like, come back when you're ready. He's with you the whole process until it's time for you to now purchase your home.
That's what's up.
I actually left the big bank too for that reason.
Yeah. Word.
Yeah, I worked JP Morgan Chase, man, Wall Street. I left there and came home for that reason.
Yeah, in the topic section, guys, you got both of their contact information, but we'll make sure throughout the course of the live that we get his direct contact information. If you are in the areas and you're looking for lending options, maybe it's best to reach out to him even if you're not in the area, because he may have connections in other areas as well. And that's not a slant to Dion, who is in the Raleigh-Durham area. Connect with her too, because she has some knowledge too. But if you want to be able to transition to both, you can definitely reach out to Mr. Todd and he can give you some knowledge on that. Misha said, just fearful of the unknown. Ms. Joy said a lot of college folks traded our credit for free.
You never lied about that.
Listen, there's a lot of people who want it but don't want to work for it. So they settle, and not knowingly they're passing down that same trait of settling to the younger generation.
100%.
Sherry said, hey, Sherry, that's why we need to teach our children about good credit. Cash is good, but credit is better. Yeah. Hold on. Yes. He's doing what I want to do. Well, you need to connect with him, Rashid.
Yeah.
But talk to his wife first. Talk to his wife first, because you're a single woman. Just say, hey, it's me. And then go talk to him. I'm just saying, in this 17 years. And she's like, who is this? Who is this woman?
Who this?
I'm proof. I was turned away, got with Todd and his team, and we're in our home in 3 months.
That's what's up, bro. That's lit, man.
With lit, major hiccups or without major hiccups?
Congratulations, either way.
Yeah, congratulations.
With major hiccup. With some hiccups, just a few. At
least he honest.
Yeah.
He's talking about our fault, but I'm here. She say better say that. I don't know if we saying that too, but she say better say that. So let's get into the topics. So first one, do you think Biden should have more black cabinet members?
Yeah.
A lot of people also don't know, when you are approved for a loan on a house, some real estate agents will only show you houses in your targeted demographic. Always ask about every neighborhood that you want to live in. Here go another one who knows about finance.
Hey, Kim.
She said, hey, Kim, we need to teach our children about financial principles across the board and legacy mindset. So all y'all financial people just coming out the woodwork, y'all coming out of trees and everything. I love it.
Oh, it's a whole financial powwow in this joint.
Yeah. So Aaliyah said yes. Aaliyah like, I don't understand the point of this topic.
I don't. Of course, we understand that Black people, thank God, we understand the power of our voice, our collective voice. And so he's in there. A big part of the reason why he's in there is because of Black folks. So should more Black people be in his cabinet? Yes. But let's get the right Black people. Don't just put anybody in there.
There we go.
Come on.
That's the thing. I just don't want some token pieces around the table that doesn't have the Black community's agenda. We don't need anybody to sell us out anymore, because our folks sell us out too. Yes, Light and Bright is saying that. Our folks sell us out too. So we have to be very mindful of who he's putting in, because we can't have him just putting anybody in. But yes, I would love to see more Black people. And there are some dynamic Black folks around that can do that job 100 times over. It's just a matter of them looking for them.
Having an opportunity.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ricky, our voter education correspondent. Guys, we also got a voter education tab. So make sure you go to loveisapparable.com/voter education and see Ricky already made 3 videos that goes into a lot of this conversation about things that we don't really understand. Like, we are a republic. No, we're not calling you Republican, but we are republic. We are a republic, and it's not a democracy. But he says Biden has some good Black additions to the cabinet already. Kim talking about, hey y'all. Chanel said they took away cursive and haven't added education about credit.
Yeah.
Shaking her head. We need qualified cabinet members, not just Black ones, echoing what Aaliyah said.
Yeah, they can be qualified and Black.
Too many Black people would be looked at as pandering.
Well, the pandering happens as soon as the election cycle starts. So,
so what is all white people? When there's a cabinet full of all white people,
right? That
doesn't look like the country. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it should be what the country looks like.
Yeah, I'll say this. The only thing that I would like to add, because representation do matter, we also got to think about what symbolism is being addressed here. One of the things is that there is still certain biases associated with the way that we process information, where we tend to lean more towards the lighter hue. I understand that is that's ingrained to us, and a lot of this is post-slavery trauma. And if you want to know more about that, you can do Love is a Parable and take one of our implicit biases where we go into more detail. We're not going to do all that today. We have a class for it. But a lot of people don't realize that for me, and Aaliyah and I kind of talked about this earlier this week, having daughters of 2 different complexions sometimes when they're looking at things, yes, I'm proud of whoever we have in office that are qualified to lead, but also we got to think about the subliminal messages that it's telling, like, you know, Barack was light-skinned, Kamala is light-skinned, so it's still sending that narrative that light is right, and where is representation for our darker skinned brothers and sisters. And before people say anything, we already are having these conversations about skin tone and about they can be just as successful and they're just as beautiful as everyone else. So when people say that, oh, kids don't know anything about it, representation does matter, and they start to do inductive, deductive reasoning just off of that. So these are some of the things that I think that is so important, meaning not only do we have qualified, but are we being equitable, truly equitable in the people that we're putting in place, or are we being biased on a lens? Because statistics have shown that people who are seemingly more attractive make $5,000 to $10,000 more than people who are seemingly unattractive. And then they also have put out there what the model citizen or the average citizen will look like. And what was it, 2028? Where the person will basically look racially ambiguous.
Ambiguous, yeah.
About us who really do have distinct features and distinct characteristics that we are proud of. Representation does matter, and I just want to make sure that when we do choose people, that there is not even any biases in the way that we view who is qualified, even when it looks on paper to be equal.
Yeah. Yeah,
absolutely.
But you know, and the funny thing is, I just cannot. The argument. What'd you say?
I said that was as politically correct as I could go. She said,
yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. I agree with you 100%. We have 3 daughters, and as you can see, I'm very light. Todd is brown. So like we have 3 different, we're the rainbow family, 3 different complexions in our family. So, and they are absolutely beautiful. And we're always reminding them of how beautiful they are in the skin that they're in. But, you know, over the years, of course, I've noticed how people take more notice to maybe my lighter skin versus my darker skin daughter. And so that was some things that, you know, we had to have open communication about, you know, and so in educating them and getting them to understand where that comes from, that's a slavery response. And so it kind of angers me because we go back and forth with each other about it. You know, light skinned people think this, dark skinned people think that, this, melanin popping, this and that. It's just, and it's like we do it to each other. If we understand where it comes from, we have to be responsible to stop it. Stop it.
You know, the one thing that I understood, that I understand now with being a father to 3 daughters, is that it's super important to instill how beautiful they are in who they are. You know, it has nothing to do with a complexion or hair, any of that. It just has everything to do with you're beautiful because you're beautiful. You're beautiful the way God made you. So we had to, you know, tear down some of those things, you know, and not only just really deal with it head on, speak the truth to it, but also reinforce that, listen, you're beautiful. You know, you look like me. You know, that's what I said to my middle daughter when she was, you know, wanted to be a little lighter. I'm like, you think I'm ugly? Because I'm not. You feel me? And so yeah, right. And so it's just really dealing. You know, I think with who we are, if we just own the narrative, then we can change it. If we stop trying to fight each other, then, you know, nothing changes when you fight or you're waiting to speak, because you can't hear what the other person is saying. You can't feel the pain that they're feeling if you can't slow down for a second and hear it. So when you hear it and you own it, then then change takes place at that point. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna give you guys a personal testimony in reference to that. Growing up,
hold on 1 second.
Okay.
We got to make sure. It says status quo, house versus field. We just want to make sure. Colorism is still real, especially in the Black community. That's from Lenora Dawson Lasser, Lenora Pores. she actually wrote a whole book over fighting from darkness and talking about colorism. Guys, when y'all see her, she's like amazingly gorgeous. Like, it's like unreal gorgeous and the most beautiful dark skin. And she wrote about her story of dealing with colorism. And then representation matters, but like she said, we want qualified representation. I agree.
Yep. Agreed.
She's about to give a testimony. Look at her. She ready.
I was going to just give a personal testimony in reference to the colorism. So I grew up in an all-Black neighborhood in North New Jersey. I'm from Brick City. Hello, Jersey in the house. But anyway, so it was
New Jersey.
So it was majority African American. So I was very light. And my father's Puerto Rican, my mother's Black. And so I equated being as light as I was as ugly. So for many years, I did not think I was beautiful at all. I mean, I was so in love with darker skin and wanted to be dark so badly because of how bad I was treated. Because I was as light as I was. I was called white. I was called, Casper. I mean, every type of name that you can think of for lighter people, that's what I was called. And so for many years, I grew up thinking I was very ugly because I equated being light as being ugly, which was definitely the opposite, where people think, whatever what society has told us what to think. But I thought totally opposite, to a point where I only had darker skinned friends. I wouldn't have lighter skinned friends, didn't date lighter skinned guys, nothing. I mean, I equated everything like as ugly until, I had to confront the person in the mirror, like, how but I had to realize the beauty in me and what other people were doing to me wasn't right. And so I had to relearn how to love myself, but that's just part of it. That colorism thing is part of why I didn't love myself. But, just to say that, like, we have more in common than we have, different.
Right.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know about any other light-skinned girl. I can't vouch for them. All I can say for me is how I felt. I felt ugly, and I felt like I was treated like an outcast because I was as light as I was. And I loved the way darker skinned people looked and wished I was.
Yes, sir. Dog skin. Let's go. Melanin pop.
The most important thing is she's gorgeous. Nobody can argue with you. Stop trying to debo my show. But no, the other thing is, guys, how true that is. That's one of many reasons that Aaliyah and I bonded. I remember our freshman year, man, and I was like, "Oh, you're beautiful," and she spazzed out on me, like, "Don't call me beautiful." You remember that? She's like, man, "Don't call me beautiful," and y'all know I'm still the same. I'm like, anybody that's cool with me, you beautiful on the strength of me being beautiful. I remember us having that conversation, like, "Girl, you gorgeous. It ain't because you light skinned. It's because you my friend." But no, she has swag. She still has swag. She still got style. Like, y'all, the girl always knew how to dress. I was like, I feel like I got to step my game up. But I ain't lying though. But I am proud of that growth because you got to accept you. You can't feed anybody if you're always hungry. You can't feed anybody from a feed. You have to be able to produce the fruit and realize your worth and your value. And it's not based on the color of your skin.
That's right. That's right.
Look, here you go. Sherry, I'm about to remove you. Oh, here you go.
So, Ed.
Lord, here you go. Well, I guess that. Do you have anything to say as an in-betweener?
Y'all think y'all cover everything. I would just be like, I echo everything. That's what I'm just saying. I echo everything. I will say that colorism is really of course, like people have said in the comments and stuff like that, is definitely still a plague upon the community, and some of our own folks really perpetuate it, sometimes on purpose, you know,
Right.
against each other. And that's the thing, is that there are some of us who really, there's some Black folks who don't understand what colorism is entirely, and then there's some folks who perpetuate it on purpose to create division and strife within the community for whatever reason that they do it. And that's, to me, that's the bigger issue, is that in 2020, you still have people perpetuating colorism. There is still light skin versus team dark skin. There is still that stuff. Like, that's one of
Keon.
What?
Keon called me light skin all the time.
But yeah, so no, but yeah,
I'm gonna stand up for my rights.
it's definitely real, and definitely a plague in the community. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I got.
And it's,
Yeah,
you know,
we
it's,
did a show on colorism with Kerwin. We did a 2-part show because we talked about colorism a lot. And yep, I'm about to say, and Terry and I talk about it a lot. Like, she don't even entertain it when it come up. She's like, not having this conversation because of that. So
but
yeah,
it's a whole lot of other things that are way more important than that.
That's right.
So let's start focusing on the things that are important. Because when you know, really what you focus on will manifest, right? So if you continue to look at that, if you continue to feed that, it's gonna grow. So let's start to starve some of that stuff out, and let's start talking about unity. Let's start talking about how we can come together. Let's start talking about supporting each other's businesses. Let's start talking about building each other up and building up our community and building up our children. So that way, you know, some of that other stuff it's fluffy. That stuff needs to get out of the way. It's a distraction. If we can just be real, like, deal with actually what's going on. Let's build each other up as a community, and let's embrace that we all look different. Yeah. We're all beautiful. Let's just embrace that and focus on some other stuff, man. It's more work to do, man.
Oh yeah, there's always way more work to do.
But I'm extraordinary. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Facts, bro.
I'm better than y'all. I'm better than all y'all.
Hey, I'm gonna go buy a scarf, dude. I see how you wearing the scarf. I gotta go buy one. I wasn't even thinking about that. I see you, bro.
I'm better than all y'all. Just face it. Rita said exactly. The fact that it's still a thing in our community is so problematic. Look, another gorgeous person. Rita is drop dead gorgeous as well. Beautiful hair, just beautiful skin, just everything, just beautiful, and a beautiful spirit. I fully believe what my guy is saying, though. It starts in home. If you build your sons and daughters' confidence and show them proper love, the world won't be able to tell them anything as far as that's concerned. But you know what? It's a double-edged sword, because let me tell you, my another thing we got to talk about, because yes, me and my wife have done fairly well. So you live in different communities where your idea is like, no, I just want to live in a nice place. And so when we talking about nice, like, I just want to get a nice house, a nice yard. I want to go to a place where all the cash registers are filled at Walmart. Can I do that? So
that's all I'm asking for.
Is that
all I'm asking for? 24-hour
small thing, man. Simple thing.
You give me a 24-hour Walgreens, I'm straight. That's all I need in this world. Something that sits on the corner of healthy and happy. But when you do that, so if you talk to my daughters, and anybody who know my daughters, they'll tell you we do beauty affirmations. Who's more beautiful in this world? Nobody. Who's the most gorgeous thing in the world? You. Who are better than you? Nobody. I'm the best me that I could possibly be. They've been saying that since they came into this world, and they will tell you that.
We do the same thing.
Yeah,
but when they sit in a room with people who don't look like them, they start to question that. And these things that you don't think about until it's late, because here's the thing, for people who don't know, racism and colorism is introduced in kindergarten. They learn about racism then. So there are things that are happening and forces that we contend to. And so, yes, my daughter will tell you, like, yeah, I know that I'm gorgeous, but why am I not like them? Why am I not like the environment? And so we had to work extra hard to make sure that her different is great, and she still is struggling with it. She's 11 years old. You know, and now the other things are coming. She's coming into her womanly body. So sometimes it's more than that. What we need is not only affirming parents, but affirming villages. If you're not connected to people that affirming you, like, even when you don't feel that you have it within you, sometimes being connected to somebody who's like, well, well, what's the hell wrong with you? You amazing. You need that person to come back and remind you of how dope you are. So it's not just a unit thing, it's a community thing. Like, look at this. It's the product of affirmation. Somebody spoke to my mama womb and said, that boy's gonna be gorgeous. And he never did that. It happened. Fat boy swag. Somebody spoke. It was predestined before the world was framed. Let's see.
I love it. I love it.
I love that.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah. Hey, Mom. That's Mama Jackie, y'all.
It's my mom.
I'm Mama Jackie.
Oh, let's see. Purchase my sister Lenora Dawson Lassiter book, Fighting from Darkness.
Yep.
How long will you color greatness? Yes, I do. It don't matter because it's from Lenora. She's the one that has a heart.
We love Lenora.
Right. Thank you. Mama Jackie said, Bruce Leroy said, I got here late, so I'm sorry. I don't know your name.
Their names?
Oh, no, it's not. You're right.
Okay, never mind.
We won't say nothing smart.
Yeah.
You is kind. You is smart. You is important.
Yes. Bring that back.
No, you don't run this.
Word.
Thank you. See, for children and adults. Thank
I love
you,
the positive affirmations, but the other thing is too, we have to have open dialogue with our children. You know, we have to allow them to speak. You know, sometimes we're so quick to start talking and start affirming and start this and start that. Sometimes we have to sit back and listen to our kids because they're going to say some things and then you can get to a root of a problem. Because just telling them, oh, you're great, you're beautiful, and you don't understand what the root is, so you can pull that thing up and talk to the root of something, then they're going to continue to feel the way they feel. Mm-hmm. So just saying something, just affirming something, that's two different things. Yes, affirm, but also hear what they are saying so that you could address the root issue, because the root issue will be, well, my friend Katie told me that I couldn't play with the white Barbie dolls because I wasn't white. In the pretty doll, I couldn't play with the pretty Barbie dolls. I had to play with this one because that was a real example from one of my kids. So if I had not listened to what she was saying, that would have seeded in her. And so I had to address it from the root. Mm-hmm. And so we have to continue to have open dialogue with our children. Hear them out.
Agreed.
I agree. Effective communication.
If color is missed significantly in the household, the adults haven't healed from some trauma. Mm-hmm. It starts before school.
Word.
That's good. Mm-hmm. That's good.
That's good, Tara. But you know what? Sometimes people don't even know. People don't even know, man, what they're dealing with because we grow numb to stuff. I stick notes of affirmations. I have stick notes of affirmations from people in my life, and it definitely helped with being motivated, complete yet another quarantine day.
Mm-hmm. So I'll share a story about Jeremy. What do you call Jay?
Oh, she
what? I don't know.
Show
So when we were in school, it was a certain phrase that he used, right? And it was before I actually, kind of figured out my worth, and that I was enough. He would say this certain phrase to me, and I took that with me, that seed with me, and it didn't work in college, but it was planted in college. And it wasn't until I was older, in my late 30s, almost 40 years old, where I realized that thing started to mature. I always say, my husband, he saw me before I saw me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He always tell me how, like, I don't understand how you don't see this. And so he kept those affirmations, he kept planting seeds until it was time for me to mature into what I already was, but didn't know at the time. So just continue to plant those seeds. It might not show right then and there, but it could be years later that it begins to mature and show.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that 100%.
Luke said that was a word. Listen before you affirm.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Malika.
Yeah, she outed me, y'all. See, that's how they do. They just disrespect you. I have to report tonight. So I bid y'all good night. Stay safe, stay warm. All right, bro.
Bye,
thank you.
Bye.
We'll keep the topics. We'll keep them now because we got them in Illinois. We got you straight.
Yeah.
And Roger, what's going on, bro? I didn't say it the first time.
What's up, Roger, bro?
So thanks for tuning in too. And could you please put a muzzle on your wife, please? Thank you.
Oh man.
Oh, here you go. I agree that affirming our children is key in the home, but it's also important to affirm others in the community. When you see other women, boys, girls, uplifting them, their talents and gifts helps others to see and know that it's okay to uplift and support each other.
Word. Yeah.
Agreed, April.
Share a question before I share. Girl,
We probably won't get to it.
we ain't scared of you.
That too.
And I agree with the fact that that's why me and bro make sure that like when we're out, we hug in public, but we also tell each other we love each other in public. It's very important for people to see that. That's why when we laugh, and any of the men that I talk to, matter of fact, on here, they are all the test. We all say I love you before we get off the phone. And for a lot of them, it's the first time that somebody even said that. I had one person to tell me I was the first person that really asked how they doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it does help. And sometimes if you're the one, because I like so much what Tara said, if you're the one who recognizes trauma,
that's right.
Call it out. It's okay. Mm-hmm. I'm not handsome for a fat man. I'm just handsome. Mm-hmm. You're not for a big girl. You're just beautiful.
Beautiful.
You know
that's right.
So it's not your skin tone. It's not your hair. Sometimes people got stuff that just work and they just come together beautifully. Mm-hmm. And we got to learn to esteem that. But we also got to understand, we got to learn to esteem one another. It's okay. Mm-hmm. It's that's okay. Right. When I see a brother out and his shoes are dope, y'all, when I got my street cred, when I went to court, remember? Street cred. When I got my street cred, the little officer was sitting there, shoes was bad. I was like, bro, these shoes fire. Yeah, esteeming people, like letting them know, man, like what you wearing is dope. Mm-hmm. If they did a dope presentation, they got a promotion on the job, congratulate these people.
Yeah, right. That's right.
Because nobody can beat you at being you. Let them be them. That's so right. If you let more people be more people will stay out your business. Trust me.
Yeah. Right. It don't cost anything. You know, it don't cost anything.
Thank you, Roger. You are forever loved, brother.
Word.
Okay, look, we got technically time for one more. Okay. You think? Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, we got it.
I don't know. Aaliyah dropped the mic like 3 times.
Yeah, we just keep rolling though. We just pick it back up. We just keep rolling.
I'll be quiet a little bit.
Ooh,
bro, you don't want to hear what you got to say on this one. I want to hear because I know you're gonna come with something from Gibsonville. I just feel it. How can you is a low-key hater?
Now, okay, so with this word hate, I will say that people like to throw it around and really say that anyone who doesn't say something they like or that is supporting them and what they're doing is a hater. People will say, oh man, you're a hater. When you really are just either giving your opinion or sometimes really just telling them the truth. And if they don't like it or they're not acquainted with truth or they really don't want your opinion, they'll say, oh, you being a hater or such being a hater. But as far as how can you tell a friend is a low-key hater, I really think that
your muscles hate. Your muscles be hating on me. When we started this, you wasn't this buff, and I'd be like, gotta come out the window.
Yo,
and go back some.
Yo, tell my brother to chill, man. He's like, I don't know why he's doing this.
More hating muscles. Stop flexing.
No, but no, I in my opinion, as far as friends not being really, I think it boils down to when you are talking or expressing just how you feel or what's going on in your life, especially if it's positive. If your friend never has anything to say or they always have something contrary to add to it and they never really can just let you be or just really be and support you, then they might be someone, and I'm not even gonna say hater because that's a really warped and overused term. I'll say there's someone who's not for you, and not just for you as compatibility, but they're just not for you in any kind of positive way. You know, they're just not for you. So that's what I think. That's one of the telltale signs your friend is not for you is if you're expressing any kind of positivity in your life or any kind of growth, and they always have something indifferent or even negative to say about it. Well, I mean, I don't know, man. Think about, or they just don't have anything to say. Like, well, okay. Like, I think that's one of the key ways to tell us that friend is not for you. You know, they're for you being in a certain place that's comfortable for them, but they're not for you.
Right.
Words.
Man, yo, first of all, my brother had to be almost every episode, so you know I gotta wait for him to finish. So
you been living weight, so you got time to. You're like tongue ain't moving. It's just
but yeah, no, I think that's one of the biggest ways to tell is that, you know, if you're concerned about yeah, right, exactly. They're not for you. If you're, you know, really expressing and really pursuing your positivity and growth for yourself in your life and in your space, and they don't have anything positive to really say or add to that, or they're just indifferent a lot of or all the time, then, you know, that's a tell sign that person is not for you.
You know,
Right.
And I like y'all who know me, I really love Martin Luther King's letter from Birmingham jail. Part of the reason I like it because he started with seldom do I pause. Seldom do I pause. That is like a dope intro. Like, I don't even have time for this. You know, that I'm gonna address this, but seldom do I pause. But what he later on talks about is the moderate white in there and how that's dangerous to progression. But that is also a euphemism for people who actually operate in some level of hesitation. There are some people who are that it don't take all of that, or that not right now, folk. Well, why are you gonna do it now? You should wait on this, or you shouldn't do this now, or have you thought about this, or I'm just being devil's advocate. Well, the devil don't need no advocate in my life. He's doing a good job on his own.
Word.
Can you be a J advocate? So
oh man,
these are the things that you gotta watch out for, because it's not gonna be the one who catch an attitude. It's gonna be the one who comes as comfort. But it seemed like ever since you've been around them, you haven't been progressing. Like you like life seem like it's still moving, but every time I try to do something, I'm not moving. Because you have sometimes taken unwise counsel. And there are some people who are very stagnant with their intention. There are some people that did the same thing with me throughout my professional career. They even tried to do it to us with Love is a Parable. They said they had our back, but anytime it was an opportunity, guess what they did? They didn't give us that opportunity. They always talk about, well, you're doing the right thing, let me help. Had access to help us get over. But guess what they did? Became a buffer. But guess what? They did it with a smile. They did it in words of encouragement. They did it as private texts. They did it as private messages. They did all of those things that make you think, oh, these are good people I have in my life, and they were leeches. Keep an eye on you, just in case you make a move that they don't make. So they'll try to make that move 2 times for you, or put something in your way, but it'll come as a So that's why I like it, because Martin Luther King made reference to something that people don't know, because these are the people that are seemingly progressive, but they're really regressive in action.
Yeah, that's good right there. That's good.
If you feel like they are a hater, why are they your Joy? I don't know why we friends, because I swear you be hating on me.
Well, Joy, that's a whole other topic, but some people have people in their lives that they're close to by default. But that's a whole other topic, you know. So that's the question though.
A friend cannot be a hater.
Right.
They cannot like a particular thing or situation and don't know how to address it, especially if they see reactions that could end a relationship. If I feel hater vibes, we're going to talk. And if I feel like we about to end a relationship and I'm not ready for it, we're going to talk. So this ain't no, we still friends, right? I've had friends that went through hater phases. It's always aligned with them being unhappy in their own lives.
You better say that.
And that's what I was going to actually say too, right? 2 points. Like, you know, a lot of people project their fear on you. So if you're fearless, you know, if you're fearless in how you move, they'll be like, well, it don't take all that. Well, maybe for me and my purpose, it takes all of that. It takes more than I'm even giving right now, honestly. So sometimes people will do that. Second thing is, you know, honestly, people's energy speak before they do. And a lot of times, you know, in your gut, what's really going on. Because if you look back, the people that you thought was riding with you, when they wasn't riding with you, you already knew they wasn't. A lot of times you stay in a place and you rock with people that you know you shouldn't rock with, and you don't cut them off. And then you put yourself in position to be hurt. So, you know, let's just be real.
Yeah, and Malika is dope in a way. Like, she's a yoga instructor who does yoga with her husband, and she embraces femininity and sexuality and everything it means to be a woman. Sometimes people just can't handle your dope. They can't handle your dope. Your friend should add value to your life.
Absolutely.
Yes, Ms. Rader. That person is not a friend. He or she is a foe. I call those type of people snakes. Here go this fool. Cordell Gibson, I got some muscle in that neck squeezing his windpipe. That's why I'm taking his words out. I understand, Cordell. It's not your fault.
We gotta get her off the show.
Close to by default. Maybe anybody can go.
Hey, I understand that. But what I'm saying by it is, you have people either they grew up with people, they've known people so long that they consider them, because of the tenure, they consider them friends or best friends. There's my brother Jay actually wrote a piece on that called the best friend syndrome, and you can check that out on the website. It details that it goes into that in detail.
So you're gonna throw that at me?
What?
When you was the one who came up with the best friend syndrome. That's how
it was
he came up with a dope thing, and I just wrote what he said.
It was in a conversation with me, and Jay just fleshed it out. So it's a whole big, like, explosive dope think piece.
Can I get friends who want to be dope?
Can I just say something in reference to this? Like, you know, the way I feel about friendship is everything has its purpose, right? And so I don't believe in having friendships that have no purpose. I don't believe in being in a relationship. So when you know yourself and you know your purpose and you're walking towards that purpose and you're living every day on purpose, you don't have time to have relationships with people that go against or is contrary to purpose. Absolutely. So the women that I'm surrounded around, my circle is dope. Okay. It's so dope. So like, if I need, like, you know, if I need advice on something, if I need marriage advice, if I need this, I need that, I have people in my circle I can go to. That's real and authentic. You know, real get recognized real. Let's. It doesn't matter about how many years. It's so many people that I have in my life right now that I didn't grow up with. And guess what? I'll choose them over people I grew up with because of the fact of I know what my purpose is. I know myself. So therefore, I'm not connecting with anything that's outside of that. Because if you take me any other way than on purpose, then you're not in. I cut. You're out. See you later. I love you. And it doesn't mean that, you know, I cut you off necessarily completely, like something's wrong with you. You're not, you know, whatever. You can love somebody and have them not be in the front, you know, the front audience of your life. They don't have to be in the front row. They don't have to be all in your business. You can be there for them and they can be there for you for whatever reason. But if you're not, if there's no purpose to our relationship, if we're not edifying each other, if we're not connecting in some way, pushing each other forward, I want to be energized when I leave you. Period. If I am drained every time I talk to you, guess what I'm doing? I'm disconnecting because you are no good for me. You are draining me. And people think that's, you know, being, you know, mean or whatever have you. But I have a purpose and I'm going to live that out and you ain't going to stop me.
Right. Absolutely.
Ooh, Leah, you getting everybody.
Jersey
came out a little bit.
Yeah.
Took off on the spaceship on
Yep.
us.
Rashia said purpose over everything.
That's
Echoing.
right.
Reggie said, I'm one who doesn't call everyone friend. I value my friendship with those who I call friend and don't use that term lightly. I'm very particular. He is very particular. The various of particulars. Wow, that's good. Mama Jackie was agreeing, saying that's being intentional. Church, yeah. Our went by fast. The only thing that I say with that is, guys, light and darkness cannot coexist. Light repels darkness. When you are truly light, you ain't got to even know that they're a hater. They will remove themselves. The problem that we run into is sometimes we'll blow out our flame to bring back darkness, and you got to let that thing go. If they go, let them go. If they're meant to come back, they'll come back when they're light. But darkness and light cannot coexist. Your light will always repel darkness, and you guys cannot coexist. That's why darkness always gravitates to darkness. Let it be over there. It's okay to let that stuff go. Man, Disconnect is my middle name. But she just preached. I told you she's a preacher. So this is Positive Brother shout out. That hour went by fast. I told you. And she's talking about she was scared.
Scared of what?
She just straight Juanita Bynum this day.
Fact.
Let me go find her person. But no, Positive Brother shout out. This is an opportunity where you highlight brothers who are making positive strides, may not normally get recognition or anything like that. So who you got, Todd and Aaliyah? Go ahead. Come on.
Yeah, ladies first.
Cash out. Love is apparel.
Well, listen. Positive. You said a positive brother.
Shout out. Brother. There's no limit on how many.
Oh, you can ask to come.
Well, first of all, I'm going to definitely shout out my husband. First and foremost, that, positive in ways that I can't even be. It would take too long for me to explain it on here. But someone who not only looks after his own children, but look after children in the community, always available for somebody who needs him. Take the time to listen to people. I don't even know how he balances it all, but he does. I always say to him, you must have been a pimp in your past life, because to be as good as you are with all four of us, 4 girls, it's me and our 3 daughters, and he doesn't skip a beat. I don't think he sleeps, but he doesn't skip a beat. He makes sure that we feel loved in every sense of the word. So, and of course, in his business, just making sure I hear him late at night, discussing stuff with people, like trying to get them to a place where they are mortgage ready, teaching them about finances and letting them know that, hey, you can be blessed too. I mean, just always a kind word for somebody, always trying to put somebody on, always trying to look out for somebody. So my positive brother would be my okay.
That's excellent. That's
dope. And that's a dope positive brother to shout out.
Real. Todd.
I was about to say, because I was about to say, what you gonna say?
Word.
Nothing. But I do want to shout out a couple of people. I've had the same friends, same group of friends since I was in 8th grade. So all my partners, BDC, I want to shout them out. I want to shout out all my brothers from CTN Movement, my partner Cody, Danny Diesel, Wayne, Weezy F Baby Whitmore, Aim, Simon. Definitely want to shout out Bishop Davis, which is the bishop at Word of God. He's poet in my life. All the men at Word of God that I work with. And mentor kids with, and they are my accountability partners. I want to shout all of them out too. And before I leave, man, I got to shout y'all out too.
That's right.
I ain't know what to expect, but this was absolutely fun, man. And I've been watching your movement. I follow it. So I appreciate, and I look forward to hopefully how we can do some things together to affect change in the community as well, fellas.
Changing the narrative movement, the group, that's his group. Yep.
Okay. Word.
Who you got? Who you got, Mo? Who you got, Slim? Tiny.
Oh man, yo, hey, R.I.P. Tiny Lister. There's no Lester.
I don't know how to say it. Just say Debo, man.
Yeah, R.I.P. Debo, man.
Yeah.
Man, gone too soon, man, for real. But probably brother, shout out. First and foremost, always got to shout out my brother Jay. Man, we've been doing this thing for over 2 years now. Had a 2-year anniversary, 28th of November, and we have been doing this thing for a while. It's been rolling ever since. He recently tagged me in our first brother empowerment. We are two different people on the outside and the inside. You know.
Yeah, I'm a lot smaller,
man.
You're a lot bigger.
We both got more hair. So, definitely got to shout out my brother Jay, man, just because he is a light. I always tell him all the time when we're talking about stuff, he's telling me about stuff he goes through and stuff like that. I tell him his light shines bright, man. And I just see all the time when I was his official cameraman in Reedsville, when I see him speak at other times, like his light just shines bright and he affects people. And the way he talks to people is like unlike anything I've ever heard of or seen in my life. And so I always tell him that, man, but for real, Jay, bro, I love you, man. Your light shines hella bright, man. It really does. It really does shine bright.
I love you too, bro.
Word, you better. But also I want to shout out Todd, definitely, bro, because you're an amazing brother. My first time meeting you today, and I'm already like, man, I'm like, Jay, can I get in his friends group? Like, hey, let me message him. Like,
Jesus.
Yeah, like, you got openings.
Yeah, BBC.
So I'm like, get in his friends group. You sound cool, Right. But no, shout out to you, brother, man, just because you're the type of brother that we wanted to connect with from the start. Brothers who are really stepping in the community and who don't need, who not doing it for kudos or accolades. You're doing it because it's something that you said is your purpose and what you feel moved to do. And that is the kind of brothers that I like to be around, just period. And that's the brothers that we like to connect with. Shout out to you, bro, for real, man, because you're an amazing, positive brother. Shout out to you, for real, man. Shout out to all the bros that are on the live. Bruce, Kerwin, aka Superman, Keon, Ricky, all you guys, Sean and YouTube land. Shout out to all your brothers for supporting us each and every week and really being here and providing your input. The last two things I'll say, which I've said now for the past 3 months or so. One, shout out to all the brothers that are having those positive conversations and those meaningful and tough conversations with people, whether they mend their relationships or whether they're releasing them. I shout out to those brothers because that's hard work. That's not easy to do. And some people shy away from that their whole lives because it's not easy to do. An easy thing is to avoid. But there are brothers out there having those tough conversations to really have that growth. And that's what they're really prioritizing. So I shout out to those brothers because that's not hard. Speaking from experience, it's not easy to do. And sometimes it could almost break you, but it's really worth it because how you come back from that is worth it as well. And also, last thing I'll say is shout out to the positive brothers that are really out here stepping in the community. And like I said, they don't need a camera or accolades or people pat back. They're doing it because they want to be the change that they want to be, the change they want to see. And so I shout out to those brothers because that's who's getting the work done, not the people that are in front of the camera on the news or on the internet talking about what people need to do. It's the guys doing all that. They don't have time to do all that talking. So I shout out to those brothers because I love those guys because they're the ones doing the work while everybody else is talking. So
absolutely.
That's it.
Is you done or is you finished?
Yes, I might get. Are you done? Yes, I'm finished. I'm finished. I'm done and finished.
Well, bro, I definitely got to thank you. Anybody who starts a business know how scary it is. And even before we knew what Love is a Parable was, let alone Brother Empowerment, you was there. And you've been here from the beginning. So it's hard to say that just me and my wife started a business because you actually was one of the founders with us doing this. And I thank you for showing me that, there are men that truly love men without any ulterior motives and just are great. I thank you for your growth. I thank you for trusting my leadership. I thank you for loving my daughters.
My nieces.
That you forever paying money to. I thank you for that. I always tell you love is an understatement because you redefine what it means to be friends, what it means to be brothers, what it means to be business partners. I thank you for growing this because I literally would have not done Brother Empowerment had it not been for you. So I appreciate you for that. Todd, man, I ain't never talked to you since 2003. So I'll tell you this. Aaliyah and I talk, and she has never said anything bad about you. Never. Even in her own frustration with herself. And me and her talk, and we talk deep, and she's always esteemed, and she always talked about how you are doing things just right, and you're giving her what she needs. Right. A lot of brothers need to hear that, because a lot of times we don't even know what we're doing. We're like, I'm just trying. Like, what a fire. Everything's a fire, and we're figuring it out. But brother, right. I knew that you loved Aaliyah because you saw her when she didn't even see herself, and you saw that purpose that was within her. But what's most important, man, when I saw you do liturgical dance practice with your daughters, that was phenomenal. In the basketball shorts, holding the leg up and talking about, nope, jump like this. That was amazing. That was amazing, man. And like, you inspired me. And I was like, come on, kids, we're going to do something. Let's dance. Bro, you really are doing a great thing, and I thank you for loving my friend. And because you one of the ones I ain't got to check on, because my friends say I will do house business in a minute. I don't care. Mistreat one of my friends, I'm visiting. I don't care what you say. But I never had concern. I never had to worry. And I thank you for being an example that there are Black fathers, there are Black husbands, there are Black men that are community leaders, Black men who are leaders, Black men who are striving, progressing, and thinking about the collective we. Right. Thank you for that. Thank you for being that standard. And all the brothers that he said, all y'all, that he said, shut up, Reggie. And definitely shout out to my brother Reggie, y'all. He been sick, but Reggie has not been doing what he's supposed to do, but he's going to do what he's supposed to do, because it's time for him to pick up that bed and walk. Hey. That man got a voice that has been touched by the heavens, and he needs to be singing for people. He needs to be writing for people. People need him to do what he needs to do. Guys, I tell you this all the time. If you don't do what you're supposed to do, somebody is losing their life because you're not in purpose.
Yeah.
In disobedience is that you're saying you're okay with somebody dying because they're not getting what they need to survive. We literally need each other. So if you know some people that are really going through, y'all need to reach out to them and tell them, like, no, this ain't you. You did it, but you're not it. You've been through it, but it is not you. You are better than it. It doesn't define you. So definitely a shout out to Reggie. I love you, brother. I'm proud of you. I'm glad that you are on this side of the earth. I am glad, and I'm glad you didn't transition to be with the Father, because I know it's a wonderful thing, but I'm glad you stayed here with us. And like we tell all of you, if you feel that nobody else in this world loves you, care about you, and you feel like you don't have anybody else, you just met 4 people who truly love you, who truly care about you. So are we going to do a show next week? We still doing a show next week?
I was planning on it.
Y'all, he over this and he just be telling me what to be. So y'all be thinking I'll be playing. The muscle, literally. The muscle. Okay, so we'll see y'all next week. Aaliyah and Todd, for you guys to be back on. So, yes, sir.
Dope. I just wanted to say one thing, man, before you go. I know you were signing out. I didn't mean to stop the sign out. I did. But I just wanted to say one thing, man. You know, I didn't have my father growing up, right? And I'm not perfect, right? But all I'm trying to do is be the change that I want to see every day. That's it, man. And I think y'all doing the same. And if we do that together, we can change the world, bro.
For sure. Todd, you told a lie too, man. You said you're not perfect, but you are perfectly you.
Yeah, you are perfect.
You are.
Imperfection only exists when we make a comparison.
That's right, man.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So, guys, we sign out. Todd, stay on. Look, stay in the anti-room. Guys, we'll see y'all next week.
No matter what they say, we good over this way. This is positivity in the making. Open brothers to break